speaking of Cody, we had the hometown hero. He pulls up with the Arkansas marching band. Now we got to give it up for the marching band. He pulls up with the marching band, all right, because that video went viral. So he pulls up with the marching band in his hometown of Atlanta, but only the tribal chief will come out for, last. So I want to pose this question to the room: who's really the number one guy in the company? Is it Cody or is it the tribal chief?
I continue to say Cody because he has the title. The title gives him that edge. I mean, that's
But
that's really the only thing that gives him that edge.
Roman came out last.
I know, but
And I mean, that's
it's
another. I mean,
also his first match back.
wow, that's a good question. Okay, I'll say this real quick to the point. Granted, Cody has the title. He's the face of the company because he has the belt. But let's not act like even in those Cody promos they chant OTC. People were waiting, salivating for Roman to come back. You understand? We're in a moment that Vince McMahon himself tried to create, where a world is cheering for Roman Reigns at the top of their lungs. We're in that essence of it. He has always kind of been the face of the company, or tried to be. And I mean, not for nothing, for what it's worth, he could be considered the face of the company. Because I mean, you know, Cody, he like you mentioned, he has a title. But we all know Cody's story also has the AEW background to it, so it's not like he is complete 100% WWE. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you know what, Roman. That's a good question. Could be Roman. He's top dog.
I'm gonna comment on this one. I'm just gonna say it. It's Roman. You know, and let me just tell you why. Historically, if you follow WWF, WWE, the whole nine, there's been plenty of times where the guy with the title was not really the guy. Right? Ultimate Warrior was champion for a year, but Hulk Hogan was still the guy.
Yep,
right?
he came back.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you had plenty of other times where, and that was an intentional push. Now you got a guy. What's so unique about this one? The biggest test is that BJ said there's wait for Roman, but let's not forget Cody's the world champion in his hometown, and yet still you have OTC chants when they're both standing across the ring looking at Jacob and Solo. You got OTC chants. Then, how you know you're the guys? Well, you're an attraction in terms of you're not going to always be there.
All right. Are you done?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, wow.
All right. So, and if that sounded rude, I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I didn't take it that way, bro.
Okay, I just didn't want to be rude and like try to step over you. So, a couple things here about being the guy. Okay, in this situation, the people, a babyface is only as good as the heel that he's working with. Let's start there. Cody's gonna get cheers no matter who he's working with. Roman is in a sympathetic babyface spot because of the great work that Solo and the rest of the crew are doing. One needs the other in this story. One has to have the other. So let's see how popular he is once this story is over or once this feud is over. Right now, the guy is Cody Rhodes. He's the marquee guy. And just being the guy ain't just having the belt and being on TV. It's the dude that got out promoting these shows. They got him everywhere. He's doing this. He's doing that. Cody Rhodes is everywhere for the company. That's what's making him the guy. I do agree with that, the term or the statement rather that you made, that just because you got the belt, that doesn't make you the guy, because there have been plenty of instances of that, because sometimes they put the belt on the guy to try to make him the guy. So he might not have been the dude when he got it. You see what I'm saying? But he transformed it to that, you know. So I get what y'all are saying about Roman, how popular Roman is, and you know the people miss him and they want him back, but they want Roman back so bad because of everything that Solo has been doing. If Solo wasn't doing this kind of work and saying who he was, Roman would still get cheered, but it wouldn't be like this. It's almost like you was with a bad female and you left her because you thought this other chick was the truth, but she wasn't that good and you wanted the old thing back. That's exactly what this is. So Roman is popular within this. He's popular, period, but he's extra popular in this story. Only, and I'm not going to say only, but because of the good work that Solo and the rest of Bloodline 2 is doing. So Cody is the guy because they have him at the forefront of the company. Was Roman in any of the promos for this Bad Blood pay-per-view? Was Roman with the celebrities on this one? We got to look at it from a grand totality, not just a microcosm. So we always got to look at, not always, but it's always good to look at stuff in the big picture sense. So that's why I say Cody's a guy, and Roman is right there with him. It's a 1 and 1A thing. It's not 1 and 2. It's 1 and 1A. But Cody is still that dude, and they had to present it how they presented it last night because they're trying to further push his bloodline story. And Cody's about to go into something else, which he needs to be. I hope that made sense.
Yeah, I just want to add to that. By the way, I'm not a Cody hater for anybody listening. I like Cody, actually. But I understand that point, Jacoby. I'm guessing I'm looking at it from a lens of, yeah, he was there, but I'm just trying to think about it. Like, the question was always asked back in the day, who was the man, Austin or Rock, right? When they were kind of going neck and neck. You had your fans, right? And I'm looking at it from a point of that, and I understand what you're saying about the body of work that Cody's put in, which he has, but I'm also thinking about the body of work that Roman's put in for the 4 years. You know what I'm saying? As well, in terms of like how now, I think BJ alluded to when now the switch man tried to build this Roman Reigns, and now you have him. You know what I'm saying? So the vision was already there from that perspective. So I guess I'm looking at it from that perspective, how it's kind of came up in the last, probably 5 years now, right? 4 or 5 years, whatever it is now. I'm looking at it from that perspective as well, not just what's going on in this particular storyline, which is a great point, but I'm also looking at it from that backstage as well because they built the story together, the bloodline, and with Jimmy coming back, it made it so extra special last night.
I just want to also add on. I love how diplomatic this sounds, but I'm just going to be straightforward. I don't believe in the 1A, 1B type concept. You're either the best or you're not. Don't tell me Jordan LeBron's 1A, 1B. No, you have your favorite and you have the one who's not. I'm telling you from the standpoint, even in the powers of Austin and The Rock, Austin was the top guy. Like, he just was. And there's no denying who The Rock was, but there's the face and there is the guy. Macho Man was the guy. People love Macho Man, but Hogan was the face. Like, that's just what it was. There is just the dynamic of the attraction. Roman is an attraction. You bring this guy out on special events. You have to bring out the Roman schedule. Oh, snap, that's when he's showing up. You know who else you did that for? John Cena. John Cena's showing up. You got the John Cena schedule. People can't wait for that to drop next year when he goes on this retirement tour. Cody's good. Cody. You know I love Cody. Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't know. I think Cody is flawless. He's a heel. But I think Cody is flawless. He's a heel. But anyway, I do think that that's amazing. I love his wrestling. But at the same time, we talk about the face. That's the tribal chief. He's the head of the table. This is my camera. This is my ring. All of that. He's right. One's up. Okay.
BJ been studying promos.
I still think it's Cody. Because he's there day in and day out, doing the work.
All right.
Roman did it on his time, but he gonna take a lot of breaks now.
Cool.
So he's almost like he got one foot in, one foot out kind of. The guy is the guy holding the ball. He like Cody calls himself the quarterback. That's what he is. He's making the moves. He's making the calls. He's showing up everywhere.
Love it.
So that's to me, that's what makes him the guy.
Love
and
it.
like the bill, like this icing on the cake, the bill is right there.
Has The Miz ever been the face of the company? Would anyone consider The Miz the face of the company? He's always there. He's out of every event. He's always pushing the company. He had a TV
but he's
show.
not in the main event. He's not in the main event.
He main event WrestleMania and beat John Cena. He main event WrestleMania and beat John Cena. Wait a minute. Is the Miz the main event? Has The Miz ever been the face of the company? Yes or no? Okay.
We know you know.
I just want to know. I just wanted to know the answer to that question. Okay.
I'm not saying Roman was never to make but now it's Cody's turn. Cody took the ball and he's running with it.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I'm saying.
Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins. I hear you. Same argument, but never that guy. Never that guy. There's a guy, but never that guy.
He's Seth Rollins over and over. What are we talking about? Cody is the one in these main events constantly, and he's gonna continue to be. He's on all the posters.
I gotta add something here.
And look at that Saturday Night main event. That poster right there. Roman is in the little box. person right in the middle is Cody Rhodes.
Hey,
That's Cody right there.
hey, I'm sorry. This is a funny.
Roman to the side on that.
This is a funny. I gotta add. He talking about the Miz now. Nah, nah. Look, I like the Miz. I do. He may
Oh
not
yeah,
have
all
been.
respect.
He have been like the man, but that man been in the Marine movies.
He got movies, right? He got movies.
Movies,
That's true.
television show,
It's
hosting
true.
shows, 8-time Intercontinental Champion, was like 20 days from breaking a record, double Grand Slam champion. I just want to throw it out there about the Miz. You talking about the Miz. I'm just saying, don't forget the man's body work. That's all I'm saying.
That dude's a
No hate on
legend.
that. I don't feel like there's no hate on the Miz. I don't think Joe saying there's no hate on the Miz, but he wasn't the guy.
I'm
But
just saying.
what about so? Okay,
It was
They
still
was, but they got what y'all,
just a second.
the thing with the Miz was they was
Real-
putting the title on him to elevate him. That's what they were doing. He wasn't the guy. They wanted to elevate him by putting the title on him. Sometimes the man makes the title, and sometimes the title makes the man.
You better say that again.
Oh,
And if Cody loses the belt, he's still gonna be in that spot.
and just like Roman lost the title, but I feel like
So I
he
said
has.
I'm saying it's neck and neck with them two. That's what I'm saying.
I see the point.
I just give edge to Cody.
You can't have two. You can only have one. You can only have one.
That's why I give the edge to Cody.
Okay.
Ooh, I can't. Okay, all right. Fascinating. Okay,
Ladies
fascinating.
and gentlemen, we want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Who do you think is the guy? But listen, we want to move on before we move out of this segment because we can really talk the whole show about this this one topic. We can really do the whole. And personally, I think the folks there in Atlanta, they only came for 2 matches, honestly, because they were kind of
The crowd was kind of trash, like I told y'all, man.
Oh, I'm about
The crowd was
trash.
kind of trash.
the crowd with their only 2 matches. But before we move out of this segment, your brief moments from everybody in the room, something that stood out to you in that tag match.
Let me start this one, if I can.
Go ahead, Lon.
So I said this a while ago. I see a lot of paralyzation. Is that a word? That's a word. I believe it is. Of terms of just, I had to ask the professor later. But so you got Cody and Roman. We're talking about the guys, right? There's been different generation of guys in different eras of this company. You know what I compare this to? Cody and Roman last night. Never before, never again. Rock and Cena. The story is
Rock and
similar,
Cena.
man.
Yeah.
Yep, Rock and Cena.
And so
Yeah.
I'm looking at that from perspective. So now I see the only difference is now you'll see they're going their separate ways after last night. And we'll get into that. But parallel, man.
You know,
That's all I got to say. That's all I had to say. Because like you said, we can keep talking about that one. That's all I wanted to say on that.
Yeah, but I mean, really, I enjoyed Jimmy Uso's return more than The Rock.
Yeah.
They got me a little more hype because I mean, it was story with The Rock, but the story, huh?
Yeah, they not the ones. They
not the
Yeah,
ones.
they're not the one. And then the hug between Jimmy and Roman.
Right.
So that made me think about how they gonna get Jay. So that's what I always through my mind with that. So that got me even more hype with that. So that was my standout moment, really, of it.
Jimmy came back like the first day of school, fresh shoes and shirt.
They really fresh hair too. Got to talk about the braids, fresh braids put in there. That's what I
Because
noticed.
when that tour came back, the crowd was
Cuban
up.
on. With the Cuban. Had the Cuban on. Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay. All right. That's what we doing? Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You know, okay, real quick for me, here's what stood out in the match. Jacob Fatu. I love Jacob Fatu. The promo he did on SmackDown, I love that promo. That was just amazing.
Yeah.
His action and behavior in the ring, practically a no-selling a lot of stuff. Cody, like, why won't you just stay down? That dude is just a walking animal of a human being. Love it. It just sounds like a lot of words, but that's what I loved about it. And I did like the Jimmy return, too. That was probably my favorite part. I'm just going to throw
Did
this
you
real quick
hear-
out there. What's that?
No, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I don't know. Just real quick spoiler. Here's the moment I can't wait for. You talk about Jimmy and Roman hugging it out. I can't wait for that moment when Roman has to approach Jimmy, and then finally, when Jimmy wants to return, he tells Roman, "I'll do it, but you got to say one thing. You got to say yeet." I'm gonna see Roman say yeet.
wait a
I'm gonna make
minute.
him do that.
We're
Yep.
going off the rails.
I'm gonna
I'm
even
not.
say more than that. I'm gonna even say more than Yeet.
Oh, he
We're
has to
going off
say
the
he.
That might
I
be the
Okay.
funny end of it, but I mean,
what
he gonna have to say a whole speech to me.
what
Oh,
what's going under the rug here is what Solo said to Roman right before Jimmy's return. Did y'all hear what he said to him?
Yeah, I heard. I got what all it was.
Yeah,
But he
he
said you
just
lied to me, right?
yeah. Well, he said
he
you
said
told me
that
I was
confidence
next.
in him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said you told me I was next up. You lied to me. So what's happening is coming from a place I hurt. Like that's an extra depth, man. It's an extra. There's little stuff like that. Sometimes it's the small
Yeah.
things that make a big impact. And I just thought that was so powerful. He said you told me I was next up, and you lied to me. So it's like Solo's mad because he didn't keep his word. So now he was forced to take over because Roman didn't give it to him. So that's where this is all really coming from. But like I said, that was just a small nugget played so slightly that some people didn't even catch. But I look at everything.
So real quick, I gotta go to that point. Here's the reason why I will admit I dismissed it. It's only because I also remember Solo just sort of taking the situation. And even when Paul Heyman was like, I don't know, Solo's like, listen, ain't no one talking to Roman, I'm just gonna take it. It was never really officially given to him. Roman took his loss, he said, I'm taking time out. And I see Solo just jumping in when he needed to. I do feel like Solo just prematurely took it, but I get where you're coming from. Because from Solo perspective, he's like, well, you weren't healed, so I just did the right thing to do. I get that perspective. I just
Mhm.
dismissed it because I'm not looking at it from Solo perspective. 'Cause I don't like Solo. He's not the tribal chief. So that's all I